Hello students, I am Mohammad Kamran Khalil from YouTube channel The Physics Gurus. So today we will discuss O-level physics MCQ paper 5054 variant 1-2 for October-November 2020. So you will learn a lot of things. I am sure that and then you will write down your confusion in the comments as well. Do not forget to subscribe and share with your other friends and press the bell icon for the latest updates. So let me start our work. Now in this question, a heavy nail is fixed firmly to a wall. It is pulled by a string to a vertical. The nail does not move. It means that the system is in equilibrium. And when the system is in equilibrium, the resultant forces will be zero. So always remember that for the vector diagram, when the resultant force will be zero, then it will make a closed triangle. Closed triangle means that one force will be this, one force will be this, and this one will be the opposite of the resultant force. So this will make a closed triangle, and then it will give you the equilibrium condition. Now the weight will act in the downward direction. So which options we will select? We will select option A, B, C, D. Now what about the force of tension? The force of tension is acting in upper direction. So it means that we will skip option B, in which the force of tension is acting in downward direction, and option D. The force of tension is acting in upper direction. Now we will observe the closed triangle. So in which case we will get the closed triangle is option A. Then the question number 2, a car begins to move. It speeds up until it reaches a constant speed. It continues to travel at this constant speed for the rest of the journey. What happened to the acceleration and what will happen to the velocity of the car during the journey? Because it speed up, it means that there is change in velocity, and whenever there is change in velocity, it means that there is acceleration. So option A is the valid option. For question number 3, the speed time graph for a car's journey is shown, during which part of the journey the car is moving with non-uniform acceleration. Always remember, whenever there is a straight line, it means that the acceleration is uniform. In this case, it is also a straight line for speed time graph. So acceleration is zero. And there is only one region of this graph which is having a curve. So that curve will show the non-uniform acceleration. For question 3, option C is the valid option. Now question number 4. A car is traveling forward at high speed. The brakes are applied and the car skids along the road surface. So it means that whenever you will apply the brakes, then what will happen? The force of friction will act in the backward direction. So this is the straightforward answer. He is asking about that, in which direction and where does the force of friction act. The force of friction will act due to the rubbing of the tires with the road. So it will act in backward direction and on the tires. Then the next question, a car of mass 800 kg has a forward acceleration, a frictional force of 1200 Newton, which will oppose. What is the driving force on the car? So for this, we will apply the formula F minus F equal to ma. So capital F, that is equal to F plus ma. Now that is 1200 and plus 800 into 2.5. So we will get the answer option D, which is 3200 Newton. A satellite orbits a planet in a circular path as shown. It is constant speed, but the direction is changing. There is a force on the planet due to satellite. The satellite will apply force in downward direction while the planet will apply force in the upper direction. So in which direction is the force on the planet? So satellite and planet. So this will be the force which will a satellite and the planet will interact with each other. Question number 7. A block is hung on a spring balance. The marker inside the balance is pulled down by the block. What can the position of the marker be used to determine? Now, if you will observe the first option, the mass and its unit is kg. The mass, its unit is Newton, wrong. The moment caused by the block in the Newton, no, it's wrong unit. The weight will not having the unit in kg. So the mass of the block in kg is the correct option. Question number 8. There is an astronaut on a planet which has a gravitational field strength 1/5 of the value on the Earth. So it means that on the Earth the value will be 5 times greater as compared to that one. So he hangs sample of rock on a spring balance which was calibrated already on the Earth. So each sample has a mass of this. So now how many samples of the rocks were there? So 1 divided by 0.1, that is equal to 10, and when we will multiply by 10 by 5 we will get answer equal to 50. So option D is the valid option. Then an electrical charged plastic ball is at rest. So ball is at rest, its weight will act in downward direction, and he is saying that the ball is already charged. So it means that there is the electric field as well. So electric field and number 2 is the gravitational field. So for question number 9, option B is the valid option. Question number 10. Which list contains only the quantities that can be changed by a force? So now the force cannot change the mass. So option A invalid, B invalid, C invalid. So only the option D is the valid option. And extension load graph is shown in the diagram. Which point will make the proportionality limit? So on the graph till which there is a straight line, that is the limit of the proportionality. After that the graph will become a curve. So option B is the valid option. Question number 12. He is saying that the depth is 20 meter, the pressure is this, the volume is this, and the other volume is this. So what is the volume of the air bubble at the surface of the lake? So at this point he is asking about the volume of the air bubble. So we will apply the formula P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. So P1 is 3.0 into 10 power 5. 3.0 into 10 power 5. The volume 1 was 0.6. And now the P2, the value of P2 is given, this one, 1.0 into 10 power 5. And V2 is required. So 10 power 5 will cancel out by 10 power 5. So 3 divided by 0.6, that is equal to V2, and then you will get answer 1.8. So option C is the valid option. Question number 13. A ball is dropped from a particular height as shown in the diagram, ignoring the effect of the air resistance. So whenever there is no air resistance, it means that the energy will remain same. There will be no heating effect. So which statement about the total energy of the ball is correct? So the energy will remain same at all points because there is no rubbing with the air. Question number 14. A student uses an average force F to push a distance at a box at a distance D. The mass of the box is M. The gravitational field strength is G. How much work is done by the student pushing the box, calculate it. So for the work done, the simple formula is force into distance. So for 14, option A is the valid option. For 15, one of the most repeated questions so far in the past papers, a workman rolls a barrel of the weight 2000 Newton. So this is the value of the basically mg. The plank length is 2.0. Then the distance above the surface to the lorry is 0.8 meter above the horizontal surface. What is the work done against the gravity? So for this energy, that is equal to mgh, or you can apply a formula force that is equal to work done that is equal to force into distance. So force is 2000 Newton because we are moving it against the gravity. So distance we will take is 0.8. So the correct answer is option B. For question number 16, what is power? The power formula, if you will remember the formula, work done over time, or power is energy over time. So for question number 16, the option D is the valid option. Question number 17. The diagram shows a glass tube filled with water and suspended above a bench. The water is free to circulate around the tube. At point P, there is a convection current moving in downward direction. Now it means that this is more denser region, so it is coming down. So it is colder region as well. So at which point the tube is heated to cause the convection current. For convection current, we will provide heat energy at this point. So what is the reason? So that the water will expand, become less denser and moves in upper direction. So there will be a convection current set up in this particular glass tube. Question number 18. That which physical property cannot be used for the measurement of temperature? The length for the mercury thermometer, pressure gas thermometer, resistance thermometer, but we never ever use the mass in order to measure the temperature. Question number 19. A student performs an experiment to find out how much energy is needed to change in temperature of a steel by 1 degree centigrade. Steel nail temperature rises by 1 degree centigrade. So a very straightforward answer is the definition of the heat capacity. That the amount of heat energy which is required to increase the temperature of an object by 1 degree centigrade. Question number 20. The melting point is minus 17. It means that if the temperature will become minus 15, so it will start melt. Because minus 15 degrees centigrade is the greater temperature. So it will be a liquid. So temperature greater than the minus 17, it means that the substance will be in the liquid form. And before 117 degrees centigrade, it will be still in liquid form. Because at 110, it is still in the liquid form, but at 117, then the boiling will start. So the straightforward answer for this question is option C for question number 20. Now question number 21. Which description of a liquid is correct? The liquid has a no fixed shape, but they have a fixed volume. So this is a basic kinetic molecular theory. For 21, option C is the valid option. For question number 22, a mass of gas is trapped inside a cylinder by a moving piston. So the piston will move inward direction. As the piston moves in, the volume of the gas decreases because the particle will become closer to each other. Temperature same. So it means that there is no change in the kinetic energy. What happened to the gas pressure and why? So pressure and volume are inversely proportional to each other. So pressure will increase. Whether this is a straightforward answer. There is no other option related with this. The molecules will collide more frequently with the piston, with the walls of the container. So option C is the valid option for question number 22. Question number 23. A plane mirror on a vertical wall forms an image of an object which is placed in front of it. So for the plane mirror, the image will be virtual and upright and having the same size. For the curve mirror, the properties will vary, but the curve mirrors are not related with the syllabus for the O levels. Which statement about the light passing from air to glass is correct? So that is moving from less denser medium to more denser medium. The frequency will never ever change during the refraction. The speed of the light wave decreases. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. The reason, because whenever light will enter into the glass, so that is a more denser, so the speed will slow down. The wavelength will decrease, so it is not possible as well. The wavelength will decrease, so option D is also invalid. Application of the different components of the electromagnetic spectrum, which are the correct application for X-rays, UV and microwaves. Microwaves are used for the satellite communication. So for question number 25, satellite TV, satellite communication, option B is the correct option. So always go for a particular terminology related with that application. So question number 26, where does sound travel fastest? Oh my god, the sound will travel fastest in solids, because in solids the particles are tightly packed with each other. So they will transfer energy very quickly from one part of the medium to the other part of the medium. For question number 27, oh my god, that is a really interesting question. So first I will draw the diagram. This is the most difficult question so far given in the paper. So he is saying that boat will emit the, I am going to draw a fish. So this is a fish, this is a physics fish. So no need to worry about that. So the pulses of ultrasounds are emitting from this and they are moving back. So he is saying that it will take 2 seconds to emit the pulse and reach the first pulse on the surface of the detector which was present on the board. So after 2 seconds, then the next pulse will be emitted. So what is the time interval between the two pulses? Now what we will do, wherever there is an echo, wherever there is a reflection, so first of all we will apply the formula V that is equal to 2D upon T. So first we will calculate the time, that what is the time required for the one pulse to take. So T that is equal to 2D over V. So 2 into 6000 upon the speed is given 1500. So the answer for this will be 8 seconds. Now after 2 seconds, the second pulse will be emit. So what will be the now total time? So 8 plus 2, that is equal to 10 seconds is the correct answer for question number 27. Now question number 28, a straightforward question. Ultrasound. Ultrasound are the longitudinal waves and having the frequency greater than 20 kilohertz. So option B is the valid option. Question number 29. What is stored in the battery? Certainly in battery they will store energy and the unit of energy is always joule. 29 option C is the valid option. Now question number 30. So in order to solve that question, I will draw the diagram and then I will explain it. So 4 ampere and again 4 ampere. So that is a battery. So it means that from battery total current is 8 ampere. Now a car battery delivers 150k coulomb charge to the circuit before it's recharging. So we have a formula I equal to Q by T. So we are required to calculate the time T that's equal to Q over I. Now he's saying that two headlamps are connected in parallel to the battery are switched on. There is a current of 4 ampere in each lamp. So I have mentioned this 4 ampere and 4 ampere. They are connected in parallel. It means that first we will calculate the total current. So T that's equal to Q by T. So what is the value of Q? 150,000 because that is the kilo. coulomb, and now the current is 8 ampere. So what is the time we will get? We will get the time 18750 seconds. But if you will observe the answer that is given in the hours, so we will divide it by 3600 and then we will get answer 5.2 hours. So option B is the correct answer, 5.2 hours. Now question number 31, three identical lamps and 3 ammeters are connected. So always remember, whenever the current will leave from the battery, that has the largest value, because after that it will split into the parallel combination. So I1 has a greatest value, and then I2 have only a single lamp. I3 have two lamps which are connected in parallel, so it has less resistance while it has more resistance. So it means the greater the resistance, the less will be the current. So option D is the valid option. Now for the thermistor and the light dependent, they are connected in series. A potential difference of 6 volt is applied across the. Now the two conditions are given: 6000 ohm and 2000 ohm and 1000 ohm and 500 ohm. He is saying that when the PD across the LDR is equal to 2 volts, so first we will apply the first conditions. So this one resistance, and this is the thermistor, and this is the LDR. So resistance is 6000 ohm. Now it is cold, and the other one resistance is 2000 ohm, and it is dim and cold, and the voltage is given 6 volt. So V that is equal to 6.0 volt. It is R1, it is R2. So first of all we will calculate the V2, because V2 is required to calculate the voltage across the LDR. So formula V2 that is equal to R2 into V over R1 plus R2. So we will calculate this and we will check whether the value is 2 volt or not, which is required. So R2 is 2000 and then multiply by 6 and divided by 6 plus 2, 8000. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 2 1 2 4 3 by 2, that is equal to 1.5 volt. So it means that this is not possible, that conditions. Now let's see the other. The other one is the condition is given 1000 ohm and the 500 ohm. So now again we will calculate the V2 by applying the same formula. That is equal to V into 6 into 500 over 1000 and 500. So 3000 over 1500. So then I will get the value 2.0 volt. Now what are these conditions? That warm room and the bright light. So which option? Warm room and bright light option. C is the valid option for question number 32. Now 33. 240 volt main circuit contains 8 60-watt lamps. So first we will calculate the total power. So I am going to solve this in the empty space over here. So P that is equal to 8 into 60. So 480 watt is the total power. Now the voltage is given 240 volt. At the time when the lamps are switched on, the filaments are cold. After that, when the current will exceed larger, when it will reach 4 times as the initial value, steady value. So what is the value of the initial current supplied by the main supply? So we are required to calculate the original value of the current. So now first we will calculate the value of the current from this. I that is equal to the formula that is equal to P equal to VI, and I that is equal to P over V. So value is 480 over 240. That is 2 ampere. Now he is saying that it is a 4 times. So multiply by 4, that is equal to 8.0 ampere. So for question number 33. The correct option is option D. Now question number 34, that what is used with the magnet to create an induced EMF? Whenever the magnet will move inside a coil, there is induced EMF will be generated. So question number 34, option B is the valid option. For question number 35, what changes kinetic energy into electrical energy? A car battery, no. Chemical energy to electrical energy. Electric fire, no, just it will generate the heat energy. An electric motor always convert electrical energy into kinetic energy. And wind turbine, so option D, wind turbine always convert the kinetic energy, rotational energy into electrical energy. Question number 36, a transformer has a turn of this and secondary turns are 480. The primary voltage is 240, alternating current. The secondary coil is connected to a lamp. How does the output current in the lamp compare with the input current? So high frequency, always remember there is no change in frequency. Whatever the frequency of the input will remain same, the frequency of the output. So this is invalid. This is current in one direction, no, that is the DC current. In transformer, the input is AC, the output will also AC, so the frequency will remain same. For 36, option D is the valid option. Now this question is related with the CRO. He is saying that for the Y gain, the scale is given 2 volt per division. Now you can see from this that it is 1.5 box. So in order to calculate the amplitude, I will multiply 1.5 into 2, so I will get 3.0 volt. So the amplitude will be 3.0 volt and this signal is changing its value. So it is a sinusoidal or it is the alternating current. So for 37, option A is the valid option. Now question number 38. A potential divider use a power supply of voltage 12 volt. The resistor X and Y are initially having equal resistances. Okay, we will take some values and then we will calculate them. Let's suppose the value is 20 ohm. The value is 20 ohm. So whenever the values are 20 ohm or having the same resistance across X and Y, the PD will drop equally. So 6 volt drop here and 6 volt drop here. Now in the other condition, he is saying that the resistance of X is half. Now it will become 10 ohm and it will remain 20 ohm. Now we will calculate V2. Already we have the value of the V2 is 6 volt. Now when we will change the condition, we will apply the formula V2 that is equal to V into R2 over R1 plus R2. So the value of V is the total voltage is 12 into 20 divided by 20 plus 10, that will give you 30. So what will be the voltage we will get over here? 240 divided by 30, that is equal to 8 volt. So now we have 6 volt initially, and after having the value of the X which is reduced to the 1/2, we have 8 volt. So the difference, he is saying that what is the change? So difference is 8 minus 6 is equal to 2.0 volt. So this is the answer. Option C is the valid option. Now the second last question, that what is the definition of half-life? That it is the time which is required for atoms to decay to their original value. So the time which is required, the half of the atoms to in a sample to decay to their original value. So 39, option C is the valid option. Now which row shows the atomic structure of a neutral atom with the nucleon number 9? Now nucleon number 9 means that there are 5 proton and 4 neutrons, let's suppose, and it can be reversed as well. So if the number of proton are 5, then the number of electrons will also 5. Now we will check that what is the correct option. If we will take the number of neutron 4, then option A, number of proton are 5 but number of electrons are 4, which is wrong. So if we will take the number of neutrons as 4, the number of protons is 5 and the number of electrons is 5. 5 plus 4, 9. So for question number 40, if we will take the number of neutron 5 and number of proton 4, electrons should be same. So this valid, this is invalid, this is invalid. So option B is the valid option. I hope you have enjoyed this solution. Stay tuned for more solutions which are coming up very quickly on my channel. Take care.